I'm about to expose all of these gurus on the internet that are preaching to you how to scale your coaching business. If you're watching this video, you're probably desperately trying to scale your coaching business to 30, 50K a month in revenue, but you keep falling into the trap of buying coaching programs or getting advice from some of these gurus that you know and I know don't really align with your integrity, who you are, or the type of coaching business you want. My promise to you is that by the end of this video, you're gonna fully understand how you can start attracting high-paying clients and leads into your coaching business without having to jeopardize your integrity or jump on another bandwagon of coaching advice. If we're gonna actually lift the lid on this, we've gotta look at this coaching industry as a whole, right? Let's be honest, it's completely everybody and their dog is a coach or an expert of some sort. And now, because of the sheer volume of coaches and experts, people don't actually know who to trust. There's just a complete lack of honesty because everybody's in a race to try and win customers and scale their businesses. It's very easy to get caught up on just trying to grow the business, not actually trying to lead with integrity. Integrity is doing what you know is right when no one is looking. And let's face it, all of the advice out there at the minute is either outdated, spammy, cold, disconnected from the actual end customer. Cold email, cold DM. Yeah, you want to play the volume game, but honestly, how many cold DMs have you responded to and spent 5, 10, 15K with? Hardly any, right? So if you know it's not right, don't jump on the bandwagon. Which brings me on to the next point. What all of these gurus are doing but not telling you to do is building credibility. They are investing in content, personal branding, and influence to make you buy their stuff. I'm not saying every guru out there has bad intention, right? I'm not saying that at all. But normally what happens is the tactics they're telling you to execute are not the things they're doing themselves. They're pumping all of their energy and investment into their personal brand to build more trust and credibility, whereas they're telling you the tactics that you should be doing is cold spamming, cold emailing, and there's a huge disconnect there. Credibility is all about trust. They buy the coach before they buy the coaching program. A lot of people seem to think that credibility is like certificates and letters after your name. It's not that. It's how you make someone feel when they engage with your brand or business. As much as you can build credibility, you can also destroy it. A lot of the tactics, a lot of the content that you put out right now, stop and ask yourself this key question. Is this helping build my credibility or is it diminishing my credibility? This brings me on to the next question, which is how do you actually build credibility? Credibility is something that's earned, but you can accelerate it. This is what puts most people off from doing it. So here's how you actually build credibility. You have to give in order to receive. Credibility effectively is trust. Trust is earned. So you have to build up this giving ratio, giving to ask ratio, which Alex Hormozi talks about. That all stemmed from Gary Vee's jab, jab, right hook. Right now, everybody is just right hooking. They're just asking, putting offers out there, asking people to do stuff. On the flip side, Alex Hormozi's model, which is give, give, give until they ask. I don't know about you, but me, I need to get paid at some point, right? I don't have millions of pounds in the bank. I need to get paid. Yeah, as much as I want to impact people, we still need to make money. So that's when I actually started to think about how can we manipulate this method and start putting this organic strategy of value-based content on steroids. I call it a credibility funnel. So I actually created this concept because myself, I grew my Instagram 2 years ago from 0 to 50,000 followers, all organically. I'd done it using carousels, okay? So I had a lot of not ideal fit people in my audience. No one that was really gonna be coaches. It was all very designers from all over the world, right? So I was stuck in this place where I've gone from 0 to 50,000 followers. I pump content every single day. Instagram doesn't show my content to my followers because they're not interested in me helping coaches. They were interested in graphic design. So now I get 0 reach on pretty much all of my content. So I got really frustrated in this. I know that giving value brings back good clients. I know that. I know it feels right. It has integrity and it builds trust, but no one's seeing my That's when I started thinking about this credibility funnel. How can we build credibility but using ads as leverage? Let me break down exactly how it works. Step number 1 is you start running ads that are very polarizing and specific towards your ideal future buyers. You're gonna build your audience this way because you cannot wait for the Instagram gods to bless you with reach. It's a game that you're just not gonna be able to win. because it's out of everybody's control. And if you want to go check out my one, by the way, just head over to my Instagram and you'll see in my pin post that there's an example of exactly the type of ad that I'm talking about. Step number 2 is actually then retargeting those new followers with specific value-based content. When I say specific, how can you actually genuinely help their coaching business grow? How can you help them with a big challenge in their business? You can put that content in front of those new followers, so you're not hoping that they see new content of yours, you're guaranteeing that they're seeing it. The third thing is connecting. Now, I don't understand why, as a coach, you would not want to have conversations with your ideal fit clients. Everybody's afraid in this game to have a normal conversation because they have an ego so big that they think they're too important to have a genuine chat with someone. You've now got eyes on your account. You've got new people coming in that are a good fit. Have a conversation with them. I'm not saying tell them to buy your What I'm saying is, what do they need help with right now? At worst, you're going to get ideas for new content. At best, they might ask you, what do you do? Number 4 is where you want to back up all of this ecosystem with longer form video. This could be on a VSL page, it could be on YouTube, it doesn't really matter, but you really want to make sure that people are watching some longer form video content so they do one thing and one thing only, connect with you. You want that piece of content to bridge a gap and build a relationship, because that is actually how you build trust. They need to get to know you. They buy the coach before the coaching program. The coaching program is the shiny object, right? They buy into you and trust you that they can get there. This is the polar opposite of what people do with ads, right? They chuck offer ads out there, hope that the offer's strong enough and get someone to buy. Those people come in cold, they don't show up to calls, they don't know who you are, what you're about, don't like building a business just on an offer, especially if it's a coaching business. And step 5 is actually just following up with them. Again, not preaching to them, not asking them to buy your stuff, seeing if they got any value from it, seeing if they've got any questions, seeing what they need help with right now. That is gonna be the best way to start attracting, building trust, and generating higher paying clients. Is it sexy? No. Is it easy? No. Is it gonna take a longer period of time than chucking offer ads out there? Yes, and that's why most people won't fucking do it. Now, let's just address the mistakes that you've either made already up until this point or are gonna continue to make. The mistake number 1 is actually continuing using bro marketing tactics. That is the economy of unrealistic claims, unreliable guarantees, cold spam, cold email, cold DM, asking people to do too much. You will not scale the business you want. It will not be sustainable, I promise you. You will always have this inconsistent yo-yo of leads and clients because there is no trust being built in that process. Oh, my leads, they never show up. Oh, these people are broke. It's because they don't know who you are, right? You're attracting the broke crowd. Mistake number 2 is that you're playing this virality game. You're looking at Alex Hormozi, you're looking at Gary Vee, you're looking at these big gurus, and you're, I want some of that. I want to build my audience. I want to grow my following. Yeah, that's cool, right? Growing a following is cool, but actually you don't need a huge amount of followers. What you do need is those followers to trust you. So actually you should be focusing on how I can stack credibility rather than how I can stack followers. I call this concept earn trust. Basically, it is influence built over time through consistent and trustworthy actions. It's a bit like pumping a well. At first, there's no water coming out and you're working really hard to get that water to come out. But once the water starts flowing and it gets easier, you're literally putting minimal effort in because you've stacked so much trust with your audience. And that's how you start to consistently generate high-paying clients and high-quality leads. The only thing I ask of you is this. As you know, I'm on a mission to tear the face off this coaching industry. It's full of guru wankers chatting and gating as much information as they can. So if you're with me, hit the subscribe button and drop me a comment below.